According to Iberibe, he says, and I quote, "We are ready to be guarantors for Nnamdi Kanu. Release him." Iberibe tells Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You see how our political leaders are doing. Tinubu was in Enugu State on Saturday. They couldn't summon the courage to tell him right before his face to release Nnamdi Kanu. But now, when Tinubu must have left, then they are granting an interview and telling him, we are ready to become Nnamdi Kanu's guarantors. Knowing fully well that Tinubu do not watch television. It's only what his special, PAs and the special advisor or whatever told him is what he know. So how far now? Engineer Iberibe seems like anytime he went to gain relevance politically, he will come out and make statement about Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, we didn't forget that the first time Nnamdi Kanu was arrested by Buhari, he stand as a guarantor. But when Nnamdi Kanu's home was invaded, this man ran to Abuja to collect everything that he keep there as a guarantor. Maybe he thought Nnamdi Kanu would have died, not knowing fully well that the guy have escaped that attack by whiskers. So you that is listening to me, what do you learn from this message? Our Southeast political leaders are all fools. I keep saying it, and I will still repeat it over and over again. They are the one that is holding Nnamdi Kanu, not Tinubu or Fagbemi or Abuja or even Buhari. Our Southeast are the reason why Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention. Let me call your mind back, because we have a problem of fast retentive memory. When Nnamdi Kanu was discharged and acquitted 2022, if I'm not mistaken, do you know what? Do you still remember what Malami said? Malami said when they want to stay of execution, he made it openly that he's going to have a meeting with the Southeast governors and the political stakeholders. My brother, they are still in that meeting till today. That means you need to consult them whether to free this man or not. And they tell him, never you try that. They are making money from this security and are using that money to finance the federal government to keep holding Nnamdi Kanu. Let me also shock you that Nnamdi Kanu, to appear in the court, they used 500 million naira to bring him to the court. Who pays that money? It is not federal government, it is Southeast governors and their stakeholders. Believe it or you leave it. That is the simple truth. Now look at Iberibe now. Iberibe is live in that Tinubu's visit in Enugu State. Why can't you present this case to Tinubu face to face and put him on trial? Hold him by his word. If he said I will release Nnamdi Kanu, then so be it. If he said he will not, then the Southeasterners and the Biafrans who keep on hoping for this young man's release, we know their fate. But no. It's all right. Let us read other headlines. Don't forget, like, share, comment, and make sure you keep subscribing. Bello Tuji now living in holes like a rat. Military. The same military that ISWAP finished in Bronu. According to Nigerian is the only country that the military, they combat crimes and terrorism by mouth, by propaganda, by lies on the internet, lying on social media left, right, and center. Why the real issue are not there unattended? Are there unattended? Have I crossed the line? Peter Obi raises alarm over threat to his life and family. Nothing have happened to you, Peter Obi. You are joking with the Nigerian government. You think that this one is Anambra State. They are going to finish you. I'm just waiting for the day that Nigeria will happen to you, because all these ones are just crying. Nigeria is just happening to you little by little by little, but the heavy one is coming. when it will finally be made open that Nigeria is not for you. By that time, maybe it might be too late for you. Canada Prime Minister Trudeau resigns. Okay. People with baggages in Nigeria, they will be still in their be in their office while investigation is going on. These are the countries who want to proceed. But they will go there now and they will not copy this one. They will copy their tax, whatever that is giving them more revenue. Why their country is also productive. I beg, let us go to the reason why we are here. I don't want to talk too much. Abia South Senator Enyinaya Iberibe has declared his readiness to stand as a guarantor for the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. Iberibe, made this known while addressing journalists after a meeting with Governor Alex Oti of Enugu. Alex Oti of Abia State, not Enugu State. They nonsense here. The senator also called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to heed the advice of Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi, and other stakeholders advocating for Kanu's release. Point of correction: Lateef Fagbemi never ever called Tinubu for release of Nnamdi Kanu. So get that fact straight. Releasing Kanu will put a stop to the issue of criminalities in the southeast, Iberibe emphasized during the briefing. The renowned call for Kanu's release comes amid escalating insecurity in the southeast, with many stakeholders arguing that addressing IPOB's grievances is crucial to restoring peace in the region. But Soludo said no. Soludo said Nnamdi Kanu should not be released until after his 2025 election. Go and verify. He said, I expect that the president will listen to both his attorney general and every one of us who have been agitating that the issue in the southeast, first of all, the insurgency, the sit at home on Mondays, and every other thing we have noticed in the southeast. What we now know in the southeast is that criminals and all other people who advocate violence have taken over and using the name Nnamdi Kanu to perpetuate all these their despicable acts. We know that the president, being a listening president, will also look at all the issues involved, which we have presented to him from various mediums, and that he will do the needful and release Nnamdi Kanu so that it will be put a stop to all these things that are happening in the southeast and bring back the southeast as a hub of production in Nigeria. So he needs Nnamdi Kanu out so that all these things that are holding us down in the southeast, that have made us not produce as much as we ought to produce, will not be there. So we continue to call on Bola Ahmed Tinubu to release Nnamdi Kanu, and we are ready and willing to be guarantors for him to release, be released, so that we can have life coming back into the southeast and take it away from the criminals, kidnappers, the cultists, and dangerous elements that are floating around us, who have made it a point that they would perpetuate violence, do criminal activities, and using Nnamdi Kanu's name as their reason. You are telling Tinubu all these things, and you think he will listen and release Nnamdi Kanu. Foul. You failed it. So release Nnamdi Kanu so that activities will bounce back in the southeast. And the southeasterners will be bringing their business from Lagos back to southeast. And Tinubu will be losing taxes. Are you okay? I doubt it. Tinubu will be the least person to release Nnamdi Kanu. I doubt it. If Southeast is good and they control the demolition in Lagos, nobody will have any other choice than to relocate to Southeast. But they have already brought in this insecurity to cripple the economy of the Southeast. And also in Lagos and Abuja and Port Harcourt and other areas, they are busy demolishing your business. You have no choice than to comply whatever condition they give to you to live. Because your area, there's no peace. Bello Tunji now living in holes. Nigerian military only combating crimes and terrorism by internet propagandas and lies. Notorious terrorist and bandit Bello Tunji is reportedly living in a hiding as military forces continue to neutralize his fighters and destroy his camps in Shinkafi local government area of Zamfara state. While speaking with newsmen on Monday, a spokesperson for Operation Fansan Yama, a military security outfit in the Northwest, Lieutenant Colonel Abubakar Abdullahi, said that the sustained air and ground offensives have significantly weakened Tuji's network. Our fighter planes have dealt a heavy blow on the terrorist enclaves in Shinkafi local government area. Many of Tunji's fighters were killed. Tuji now lives in holes like a rat, Lieutenant Colonel Abdullahi said. The military operations was intensified following threats from Tuji to unleash violence on Shinkafi local government in his relatives arrested for his relatives arrested for alleged terrorism were not released. Tuji had reportedly launched attacks in the area, kidnapping travelers and causing widespread fear among residents. However, the military's swift response had led to the destruction of Tuji's camps and the neutralization of several of his fighters, including another notorious bandit leader, Sani Rusu. The recent strikes by the A component of Operation Fansa Yama have dismantled key terrorist strongholds in the region. The military has vowed to continue its offensive until all terrorist elements are eradicated. Bello Tuji has been one of the most notorious bandit leaders in the Northwest, responsible for numerous kidnappings, killings, and attacks on different communities. Have I crossed the line? Peter Obi raises alarm over threat to his life and family. The Labour Party 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi has revealed that his New Year message on the state of the nation have led to all sorts of threats to his life, family, and those around him. Nigerians record that Peter Obi during a media chat last Thursday asserted that the country's political, economic, and the security situation is worsening daily, contrary to the positions of Tinubu's government on whatever they call it. According to him, Nigeria has fallen from being the largest economy in Africa with a GDP of $570 billion and a per capita income of over 3,500 in 2014 to now ranking fourth in the continent. In response, the ruling All Poverty Congress APC in a statement through its publicity secretary, Felix Morka, said Peter Obi's claim is misleading, especially when all indicators show that the country is rebounding in significant measures, which cast the former governor of Anambra State squarely as Nigeria's leading doomsayer. In a post via X on Monday, Peter Obi said Felix Morka has accused him of crossing the line and warned that he would face the consequences. The former governor of Anambra State maintained that he is committed to upholding decorum and that people are free to point out where he crossed the line in his New Year message. He noted that the country is increasingly transforming into an authoritarian and repressive regime where freedom of expression is being systematically suppressed. The post read, "Have I really crossed the line? I ask the question because my New Year messages has now led to the threats against my life, my family, and those around me. While I have received all sorts of messages, one Mr. Felix Morka has gone further to accuse me of crossing the line and has warned that I will face the consequences. I found it necessary to share this message again and urge everyone who has not listened or who has not seen it to watch youtube.com/kiniko. If I have truly crossed the line, I invite anyone to point it out as I remain committed to upholding decorum. However, I will not be silenced in my resolve to speak truthfully, especially as our nation continues to drift toward undemocratic practices. We are increasingly transforming into an authoritarian and repressive regime where freedom of expression is being systematically suppressed. May God help us create a better and freer society for the sake of our children." Peter Obi, you have never seen anything. Nigeria will soon happen to you. Just wait and see. Canada Prime Minister Trudeau resigns from office. The Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, has announced his resignation from office. Speaking on Monday, the PM said he will leave office as soon as the ruling Liberal Party chooses a new leader. He intends to resign as a party leader as Prime Minister. Trudeau, who has been in power since 2015, told reporters in Ottawa following a protracted political crisis that saw top Liberal allies urge him to quit. The PM said Liberal leadership race will be a robust nationwide competitive process. That means Trudeau will continue to lead Canada when incoming US President Donald Trump takes office this month and will be tasked with leading the country's initial response to the new US administration, including a possible trade war. Recall that Trump has vowed to impose 25% tariff on all Canadian imports, which could provide devastating to the Canadian economy, and Trudeau has pledged to retaliate. Before taking over the Liberal Party in 2013, Trudeau, now 53, was not a leading political figure. His most prominent political attribute at the time was arguably the fact that his father, Peter Trudeau, had been one of the Canada's most famous prime minister of all time. These and other headlines is what you people are going to listen this morning. So please like, share, comment, and make sure you keep subscribing for more interesting videos coming your way. I'll be right back. Mesiano.